What is your American dream?
I'm from China, and my American dream is to do the works I intended to do in this interesting place and communicate with other people from all over the world.
I'm from India. My American dream is to enjoy this inclusiveness and freedom of America and have fun while it lasts.
I'm from New York, and my American dream is for everyone to be able to make the most of themselves.
I'm from Belgium. The American dream for me, after living in New York, would be ideal to have a house that looks nice but is not too expensive, and work in Manhattan, have a major salary, to have a bit of money at the side for health insurance, because you never know, you might get into trouble.
Everyone has a right to the American dream. Welcome, everybody. It is Thursday. It is May 27th. My name is Brad Bernstein. It is Wacky Thursday on Brad Show Live. It is so wacky today. How wacky is it? It's so wacky today that we actually started on time. That is absolutely wacky. We never start on time. Jonathan and Vanessa.
That's not true.
Never we start on time. We
do.
When have we ever started on time? Never. I dare you to tell me the last day we started on time at 6 o'clock on the dot that we were live.
At some point last week.
At some point last week we were live at 6 o'clock on the dot?
We were. Yeah.
We were, Brad. I was there. You were there.
I was there too. I don't remember starting 6 o'clock. Jill is telling me she was there too.
Yes.
We're almost sure you were there, Brad.
I don't recall starting on time in the last couple months, but okay. If you say so, it is wacky.
We were.
It is wacky. All right, let's start again.
Okay.
It's Wacky Thursday. You know how wacky is it?
How wacky is it?
It's so wacky that I don't even remember starting on time last week. But I'm pumped.
There you go.
All right, let's say hello to the squad here. Pepe Samuel saying hi, Brad, squad up. Lynn Brown, squad up. Family, Denise Johnson Green, squad up. Jewel Delph saying hi, Uncle Brad, squad up. Earth Angel, isn't that a song, Vanessa? Earth Angel? From like Greece or something, right?
Earth Angel,
right?
Will you be mine? Mm-hmm.
Well, this
my
is
darling dear.
This is Earth Angel Keisha. Can you sing it to Earth Angel Keisha?
You sing it this time.
Oh, I don't sing. I just answer immigration questions. She's saying squad up, Uncle Brad, Yo-Yo, and Nesquik. Cynthia Francis, squad up. I said Dion Reed already. Sandra Rose Stoddard, squad up. Kelly Williams saying good evening. Starr-Girl Meka. Yo-Yo and Vanessa. Replay this for Starr-Girl later today when she says I didn't say hello to her. You heard it here first.
There you go.
You heard it here first. Jessica Levy, squad up. Casey Abrath saying squad up. Let's see what's going on YouTube. Denise Johnson, #1 in the comments on YouTube. Jean Love Westman, what's going on? Sister Teacher, or Teacher, saying hi, Brad, how are you? Okay, God bless. Fiano Campbell saying squad up, Uncle Brad, Yo-Yo, and Nesquik. Tali, our big cheerleader on YouTube. Squad up at Brad Show Live, at Vanessa Contreras, at Jonathan, at Jilgo, at 29 Super Sema. Meg Aliza with the pre-question of the day. Hey, I'm overstayed, but my cousin wants to help me or petition me. A lawyer told me that's possible. Is it true? I don't know what lawyer told you that a cousin can petition you, but I will be the first one to tell you Not true. No such thing as cousin petitioning cousin. Denise Johnson, also with a pre-question of the day. I'm going to answer her pre-question of the day too, because she was the first one in the comments. So I gotta, she was very anxious. Hey, Uncle Brad. I filed for my husband in Jamaica. He's approved, and he's waiting for an interview appointment from November 2020. Can you tell me how far they reached? Well, if you're a U.S. citizen and he's approved and everything was transferred down to Jamaica, he should be getting his appointment any day, momentarily. I mean, it's been sitting there for 5, 6, 7 months now. Denise, if he doesn't get an appointment by the end of July, you give me a call. Theo Manning saying blessings. The Forrest family saying hello to everybody. Sandy, hi squad. Dahlia Gordon Woodard saying hi squad. And Barry Abor Maine. Hi Brad, how are you? Feeling a little wacky today, Barry, to tell you the truth. If I had to describe my feelings in one word, it's wacky. Jonathan, Vanessa, what's going on your side?
Okay, squad. Well, wacky Thursday. As wacky as it is, we still need you guys to please share, okay? With your wacky fingers. Okay, so please share. All you have to do is click that little arrow and share it to anybody, please. All right, that's the only way we could get the show out. Now we are going to be schmoozing with Brad. We're going to be talking headlines and immigration news, including President Joe Biden's announcement that he has directed the U.S. intelligence community to redouble their efforts in investigating the origins of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Da, 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 da.
Dun, 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 dun.
It's Thursday, Brad Squad, so we will get wacky with some world news, including the fact that a street artist, Alessia Babrow, is suing the Vatican for allegedly stealing and repurposing one of her works into a stamp.
Huh, that's pretty wacky.
Wow.
And of course, you could always call us at Starr and Bernstein, 1-800-529-5465. It is the same number to get on our show as it is for the law firm, 1-800-529-5465. International, 212-227-8933. We are going to be schmoozing a little bit. We're going to be talking some wacky news. We're going to be taking your immigration calls. We take the first 14 calls. We have about half our lines still open. It's a wacky day today. Usually by the time we start our show, the lines are locked. Not today. So if you call, you will get your questions asked and answered by me live. After that, we'll check out some social media. And then later in the show, we have a new squad versus crew match. Da, 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 da.
Ooh, let's see how that one goes.
Between show fan. Oh, no wonder Starr-Girl is all over the comments today. Somebody gave Starr-Girl a little, something or other to say that her thing's coming up today. Starr-Girl and crew member Lee Manor in a game of Originate. Where do some of our favorite foods come from? I get it now. Originate.
There you go.
There you go. That is very cute. Whoever came up with that one, very, very clever. The crew.
Yes. Give the squad in the back some props, man. A lot of you guys up front don't know all the work the crew puts in behind this.
That was very clever title. Originate. In a game of Originate. Where do some of our favorite foods come from? Right now, the score is tied at Squad 3. It's not tied. It's Squad 3, Crew 4. Crew winning. It is not a tie. The crew, I want to say the crew's dominating, but it's not. It's barely leading right now. The squad, 4-3 with a tie. So it's very close. We're going to see if Starr-Girl can tie it up or crew member Lee takes a bigger lead. We'll find out.
Okay.
You ready to schmooze?
Let's schmooze with Brad.
I have a lot of schmoozing in my hand today. So the big thing in the news today is, where the heck did this virus come from? Yo-Yo believes it came from the Wuhan lab. I kind of think so too, although most scientists, Vanessa is on the fence. She has not come out and said where she believes the virus came from. Most scientists are saying it happened naturally, which is why you hear them always say the wild COVID that came from the wild, and then the mutated viruses all have different letters and numbers next to it. But yesterday, President Joe Biden said he has directed the U.S. intelligence community to redouble their efforts to investigate the origins of the COVID pandemic. The announcement coming after a United States intelligence report found several researchers at China's Wuhan Institute fell sick in November of 2019.
Oh, see.
Da 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 da. Why did they get sick in 2019 and get transported to a hospital? Huh. Now, Biden said in his statement in March, he directed his National Security Advisor, Jake Sullivan, to task the intelligence community with preparing a report on the most up-to-date analysis of the origins of the COVID pandemic. There are two likely scenarios. One is it jumped from a bat. The other one is it was either negligently or intentionally released by the Wuhan lab. Now, while cautioning, there is no conclusions yet, by the way. So nobody has come out publicly and said, at least from the United States, where it came from. The president said that one element of the U.S. intelligence community leans toward the possibility that the virus escaped from a bat, while others are saying it escaped from a lab. Now, the Chinese government, they're saying it came from a bat. The World Health Organization investigated with the Chinese government. Now, we don't know what information the Chinese government gave the World Health Organization, what information was withheld. They claim it also came from a bat. Now, there is a compelling interest. I mean, we're joking around a little bit, but there is a major compelling interest to determine where this came from. There's an interest in preventing something like this happening in the future. We want to know if there was any criminal or activity involving this COVID release, or if it came from a bat. There is clear public pressure on Joe Biden's administration right now to address this issue, especially after the Wall Street Journal reported that underscored the plausibility of the Wuhan lab theory, as well as new comments by Dr. Anthony Fauci, who acknowledged it's possible it came from the Wuhan lab. Now, Dr. Fauci, I'm going to quote him. He said, "Many of us feel that it is more likely that this is a natural occurrence, where it goes from an animal reservoir to a human. But we don't know 100% the answer to that." Fauci said that it's also imperative to get to the bottom of this with more investigation. Now, an advisor for the World Health Organization, Jamie Metzel, said the lab leak theory is possible while scientists were, quote, poking and prodding and studying viruses with the good intention of developing vaccines. Pressure is also heightened on all of this because yesterday Democrat Senator Patty Murray of Washington called for clear answers from the intelligence community on the origins of the coronavirus. And legislation backed by Republican Senators Josh Hawley and Mike Braun of Indiana unanimously passed, requiring the Biden administration, specifically the director of the National Intelligence, to declassify any intelligence relating to links between the Wuhan Institute of Virology and the origins of the COVID pandemic. Now, Joe Biden said that he intends to release the results of this intelligence report within the next 90 days. Now, if the United States leaves both the former Trump administration and the Biden White House calling for this transparency about their efforts to establish how the virus started, it turns out that if it did escape from the lab, you gotta give a little applause to Trump, because he would be vindicated a little bit, because that's what he's been saying the whole time. Now, Trump was saying that before anybody else was saying it, but also he may have been privy to intelligence reports that others didn't see. Now, the Trump administration, it was facing election year blame for COVID going rampant throughout the United States. So they were looking to blame somebody else, which is why people really were discounting what Trump was saying with the Wuhan lab. So let's not forget also that the Trump administration cut 2/3 of key United States public health agencies' budget operating inside of China to determine where this actually came from. So although Trump was saying it, he didn't really have a lot of evidence to back it up. We're finally going to find out. Vanessa, you've been silent on this a long time. I'm going to put you on the spot. In 90 days from now, when Joe Biden released, and by the way, there's a lot of political consequences to this as well, in all seriousness. Because the United States and China are in an economic war right now. They're in a political war for supremacy of who's going to be the leader of the world. China is saying that their political system is better than democracy. They're in an autocratic system, a one-party system. They have grown their economy much greater and much faster than the United States. There seems to be less, at least public, civil discourse in China, although under the surface we don't know what's going on, than what's going on in the United States right now. And they are boasting to many people in the world that the one-party system, that autocratic system, is the better system than a free democracy. They are promoting themselves as the future. The United States is saying, whoa, we've been around for 260 years. We've had our ups and downs. We are far from perfect, but we are closer to perfect than anywhere else.
Right.
So there is also a political thing for supremacy of who is going to be running the world in 10, 20, 30 years from now. The United States would love to say to China, look what you did. You caused all of this misery, and then you hid it.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, Dr. Paul Offit, an infectious disease expert at the University of Pennsylvania Perelman School of Medicine, told CNN's Wolf Blitzer he doesn't believe that the Wuhan lab had manipulated the virus to make it more contagious using this controversial gain-of-function research, meaning that what was going on in this Wuhan lab is that they were manipulating viruses to make them more lethal, to figure out, ostensibly, how to treat them. The theory being that after they manipulated the virus to be more lethal, it somehow escaped. It's called the gain-of-function virus. Now, Paul Offit says, what I do know is they have to allow this investigation. This is now the third pandemic strain that has raised its head in the last 20 years. First there was SARS, then there was MERS. So we can't assume that we are done with pandemics. There's going to be another one. I'm going to put you on the spot, Vanessa, knowing everything you know about coronavirus. Dr. Vanessa, does it come from a bat or does it come from a lab? Yo-Yo is on record saying lab.
I mean,
I'm familiar with the fact, until we started speaking about it recently, how that is something that they do in these labs where they are manipulating these viruses. after hearing that, I'm like, okay, that sounds like it makes a lot more sense than. I mean, I was also for the whole it came from, the like the animals and whatever the case may be, but something tells me that science may be really where this was, and what's going on in those labs, questionable.
Meanwhile, according to data from the Johns Hopkins University, the United States has reported more than a million COVID. Has reported more than 33 million COVID-19 cases and 592,000 deaths. Deaths have gone up 2,000 in the last 24 hours. Nearly 50% of people are vaccinated. 40% in the United States are fully vaccinated. 10 states, mostly in the Northeast, have now reached Biden's goal to vaccinate at least 70% of the adults. The cruise ship Celebrity Edge is poised to be the first major cruise ship to set sail from the United States in over a year. The ship, part of the Celebrity Cruise Line owned by Royal Caribbean, has been cleared to sail from Fort Lauderdale.
Do you think that it went up? Do you think it went up because people aren't wearing masks as much now? Because at the gym, people don't wear masks now. You can. It's optional, though. So people are walking around without masks. So I've seen, certain places where people have been taking advantage of not having to wear masks. Do you think that's why it's starting to go up?
That what's going up? The deaths? I don't think deaths are going up. I think it's more of an anomaly than anything. I mean, we've just been reading it, the last couple of days, and it hasn't really.
Because the last couple of times,
the
last couple of days, it's only been like 1,000, not even 1,000 almost, right?
Yeah, so I don't know. It could be an anomaly. I'm not certain that deaths are going up. They're certainly opening up the United States, more. And the 50% of the people who are already vaccinated in the United States, at least according to science, are completely safe from death from COVID. So we'll see what happens. All right, let's get to some wacky world news.
Let's do it.
All right, he's become known as Italy's Robinson Crusoe after spending more than 30 years as the only resident of an island off the coast of Sardinia. But Mauro Morandini is bidding farewell to his tiny hut on the Isle of Budelli after local authorities repeatedly threatened him with eviction. The 81-year-old has been living on this island since 1989. He announced his departure in a late April message on Facebook. He says, "I'm going to leave. Budelli will be safeguarded as I've done for 32 years. He said that he's really pissed off about the situation. The former teacher ended up on the stunning Pink Island while attempting to sail from Italy to Polynesia. Well, if he ended up on this island, he didn't get too far from Italy because, what is that, a 10-minute sail ride from Sardinia to this little island, 20 minutes? How far can it be? He previously told how he was instantly mesmerized by the place and decided to stay. So taking over from the island's former caretaker a short time after arriving. However, the caretaker role became defunct when the La Maddalena's National Park took over ownership of Budelli Island in 2015. Morandini has since spent years fighting with officials to stay. He told CNN Travel in Italian last year, "I'm ready to do all I can to stay here, even if that means they'll have to drag me away." Well, he is finally going. But I don't understand his
Gilligan's Island.
Yeah, I don't understand his sailing trip from Italy to Polynesia if he ended up on an island off the coast of Italy.
Right.
Wasn't too far that he traveled, right?
What's that about?
Yeah. Meanwhile, staying in Italy, a Rome street artist by the name of Alessia Babrow glued a stylized image of Christ she had made February 19th, 2019, onto a bridge near the Vatican. A year later, she was shocked to learn that the Vatican had apparently used a reproduction of the image, which featured Babrow's hallmark heart emblazoned across Christ's chest. Babrow sued the Vatican City State's telecommunications office in a Rome court last month, alleging it was wrongfully profiting off her creativity and violating the intent of her artwork. The lawsuit, which is seeking nearly 130,000 euros, which is approximately $160,000, said the Vatican never responded officially to Babrow's attempts to negotiate a settlement. Babrow told the Associated Press, "I couldn't believe it. I honestly thought it was a joke. The Vatican is home to some of the greatest artworks ever made. It vigorously enforces its own copyright over everything from the Sistine Chapel to Michelangelo's Pieta. But now the Vatican stands accused of violating the intellectual property rights of a street artist."
Wow.
But you know what? She drew it on the street. It's public now, I would think. No?
That's all I'm about to ask. Like,
Yeah.
what do you think? Because first of all, she didn't even like draw the Christ. She just like pasted it on there, right?
Yeah. Well, now copyright lawyers familiar with the case say it's an important benchmark for Italy and evidence of the increasing appreciation for the Banksy-style street art. They say it underscores that even anonymous graffiti art deserves protection. Now, Massimo Stirpi, whose Rome law firm has represented Banksy's pest control agency
Look at this guy.
in copyright cases, said intellectual property law in much of Europe and the United States protects artists' rights even if a piece was created on public land illegally. Now, the artwork in question is a 13-inch high printed picture of Christ, styled on the famous work by the 19th century German painter Heinrich Hoffmann. On Christ's torso is Babrow's telltale tag, an image of the human art. The work is part of Babrow's Just Use It project. Now, the lawyer argued in the lawsuit that by appropriating the image to promote the Catholic Church, the Vatican irrevocably distorted Babrow's message that there are no universal truths. Wacky.
I mean, I could understand why she'd be mad, though. I could understand why she'd be mad because, you know, I do art myself. And I say if I had painted something and didn't really copyright or just like painted something on a wall and to find out that people are benefiting and, you know, making a profit off of my art, I would be mad. Now, if it's like, if she has a case or I don't know. But I'm saying I understand why she would be mad.
I have no idea if she has a case. I know not the first thing about copyright law, to be honest with you. So
Exactly. But you understand why she'd be mad, though, right?
I would understand why she would be mad. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now,
I'm here. I'm on her side for that.
all right.
You know?
Now, a teenager in Thailand was happy to find an iPhone for a very extremely cheap price online, but his happiness quickly faded when he received its order. It turned out not to be an iPhone, but rather an iPhone-shaped coffee table. When he received the order, he knew something was wrong. He thought he ordered an iPhone. He got an iPhone coffee table. He missed the product details before placing the order. The teen later took to social media and posted pictures of his mistake. Let's see that picture one more time.
That is hilarious.
That's very funny.
First of all, that's real trifling that a phone would be more than a whole table when a phone probably doesn't even take any close to amount of that to fix it, to make a phone. Like, phones are just so expensive for no reason.
Why would anybody want a table phone?
Right.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
In the first place.
Right.
All right.
What?
And finally, a hospital worker in Italy's south was allegedly paid for 15 years without working a single day. The hospital in Italy's southern region of Calabria fired Salvatore Scumacci for not showing up to work more than 15 years after he last showed up to work.
Oh my
The
God.
67-year-old was fired last year from the Pugliese Ciacco Hospital in the city of Catanzaro. But the news made headlines in Italy this week when Italy's financial police announced their investigation. His case was uncovered as part of a wider investigation into absenteeism by public workers. Now, while Scumacci has not yet been arrested or formally charged, the police informed him that he could face charges. He's accused of earning approximately 538,000 euros or more than $645,000 for a job. Yo.
We gotta move, brother. Italy.
Yes. Italy,
They're not
man.
taking
Nobody realized.
Right.
Nobody realized he wasn't working for 15 years. They just kept sending
And
him
just
a check.
kept on paying?
They kept paying him.
So again, whose side are you gonna be on? I'm gonna be on his side. If they wasn't paying attention, they could just throw away money. I'm gonna take it.
Unless it's a fraud. I mean, I'm just thinking here, if you get paid.
Oh, that is definitely.
I mean, if there was any work done by him whatsoever, he has a defense under labor law, at least certainly in the United States.
Right.
Yeah. All right. That's our wacky news for the day. In
Wacky, that's very wacky.
In today's Braducation, I break down lawful prospective immigrant status in detail and the one thing you must do in order to be eligible for an eventual lawful permanent residence in the United States. Let's watch. My goal is straightforward, to make the law usable and easy to understand for everyone. All of us in the United States have equal rights and should have an equal opportunity and a right to justice. I'm here to help because I want everybody to achieve their American dream. I'm Brad Bernstein, and this is your Immigration Braducation. I'm not here to tell you what you want to know. I'm here to tell you what you need to know. U.S. immigration law is complex, and the regulations are constantly changing. My objective is to make the law easy for you to understand so that you can use the justice system, know your rights, take advantage of the law, and achieve your American dream. Now, the Pew Research Center estimates that approximately 11 million people living in the United States are out of status. And for the first time in 35 years, an amnesty bill that has a chance to pass has been presented to Congress by President Biden. Called the U.S. Citizenship Act of 2021, the immigration reform bill is 363 pages and offers 5 different amnesties and an overhaul to family and employment-based immigration. Now, keep in mind, this is not law yet and is subject to change and may not even be passed by Congress. But because the Democrats control the House of Representatives, the Senate, and the presidency, people are very excited about this. So let's get into the meat, the substance, the nitty-gritty of one very important section of the United States Citizenship Act of 2021 that will affect the lives of millions of people. Lawful prospective immigrant status. You're going to hear a lot about this. Now, before we get to the amnesty, let me give you a braducation within a braducation. There are 5 categories of immigration status that you can have in America. 1, you can be a United States citizen. 2, you can be a lawful permanent resident. That's somebody with a green card. 3, you can be a non-immigrant. That is someone who is lawfully in the United States with a visa that is temporary in nature, such as a visitor, student, or even somebody on a temporary work visa. 4, you can be in the United States under color of law, which is somebody who is neither a citizen, resident, or non-immigrant, but nevertheless is legal to be in America, such as someone with a pending asylum application, or a pending adjustment of status application, or recipient of deferred action for childhood arrivals known as DACA, or even somebody under temporary protected status known as TPS. Or 5, you can be undocumented because you came to the United States without inspection, or you were inspected as a non-immigrant and overstayed your allotted time on your visa, or you had a green card and were ordered deported and just never left. So now people who are residing in the United States under color of law, as well as those who are undocumented, will be eligible for this new immigration amnesty status that will affect millions of lives. Lawful prospective immigrant status will cover people who are physically in the United States and are undocumented or in the United States under color of law on January 1st, 2021, and pass a background check. Those individuals will receive employment authorization, immediate authorization to travel back and forth to their home country, a social security number, a driver's license, apply for health insurance, and have the ability to apply even for the Affordable Care Act. In fact, anyone with an application pending for lawful prospective immigrant status will not be subject to deportation. And if the status is granted, you still cannot get deported unless you commit a crime, and this status will be good for up to 6 years. Between years 5 and 6 in lawful prospective immigrant status, if you have remained in the United States for 180 days each of those 5 years and have no criminal record barring you, you can then make a new application to adjust your status to lawful resident status and become a green card holder. And once you have a green card, you can decide to keep it for life, or you could apply for U.S. citizenship 3 years after you adjust your status, and you can become a United States citizen. Now, one big thing to remember, to go from lawful prospective immigrant status to lawful permanent resident or U.S. citizen, you must have paid all of your taxes while living in the United States. If you don't, you will find yourself regretting that decision when you try to gain permanent lawful status. What many people do not understand is that all undocumented immigrants are able to pay their state and federal taxes every year with an individual tax identification number, an ITIN, which replaces a social security number just for the purpose of paying taxes. Undocumented immigrants must pay taxes just like United States citizens. To get an individual tax identification number, file a W-7 form with your 1040 return. It's that simple. So lawful prospective immigrant status. Remember this new term. It will be life-changing for millions of out-of-status immigrants in the United States if this passes. And you can watch all of our Braducations by following us on, that's right, OnlyFans, the only fully clothed lawyer on OnlyFans, perhaps the only lawyer on OnlyFans, perhaps the only fully clothed person on OnlyFans. I'm not 100% certain. I just know my clothes are on, but the information is absolutely free on OnlyFans. Follow us on onlyfans.tv, Brad Show Live, for this Braducation and all of them. And now, for your viewing pleasure, I will give out my free legal advice to the first 14 callers in getting answers to your immigration questions. Let's go to Alessia in Jamaica. Ashley, excuse me.
Hi, Brad.
Hi, Ashley. How are you?
Good. How are you? Thank you so much for everything you do. Thank you for giving us confidence as immigrants. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
I just have a few questions for
Yes.
you. So I went to immigration with my husband last year. Everything went well, but then it was denied. The interviewer said it was okay. My lawyer at the time said it was okay, but then it got denied. We went back another time. They said that they couldn't find the file. Then we went back again. We were sentenced to Stokes interview. My husband abandoned me. He moved during Corona. He moved on. He left. I showed up alone, and they denied the case. They sent me a letter for I could do something in 30 days. I wanted to know if I could file VAWA.
If there was extreme emotional abuse, if there was physical abuse, you should absolutely file a VAWA case, because if you don't, then you perhaps may be looking at another letter in the mail in a few months for removal and deportation. But that doesn't mean to go file something that's not true. But if it was a real marriage and there was extreme emotional abuse, which is regular, habitual emotional abuse, whether it's manipulation, using power over you, cursing at you, I mean, it's a combination of on a regular basis that becomes extreme. Or there's physical abuse, you should absolutely be doing it.
Okay, so for the VAWA, even though I had a work permit before, can I still file the adjustment of status?
Yes, because your adjustment was denied, so you're going to file a new adjustment with the VAWA application.
And that would give me advance
That
parole
would give
and
you
work
advance
permit.
parole and a work permit, correct.
Okay, and I can travel back to my country to see my father?
Once the adjustment's filed, absolutely.
Okay, another question. I have a restraining order against my husband just for safety purposes. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay.
It actually helps your case. I mean, obviously you have a restraining order for a reason.
And then could I file divorce or should I not?
You can file a divorce. You know, to me, the most pressing thing right now is get a new application filed as quickly as possible. So, you know, that's where I would be putting my energy. But yes, you can file a divorce as well because you can file a VAWA case within 2 years of a divorce. So the answer is yes, file a divorce. But me personally, I wouldn't be worrying about a divorce right now. I would be worrying about straightening out my immigration. And then once things simmer down, you want to get divorced, go get divorced.
Okay. Also, I'm not working right now, and I have to move from here. Is it possible if I can move to another state to live with my family?
Yes. You don't have to.
Okay,
you don't have to stay in the state where you were abused to file a VAWA.
Okay. And another question. So I don't have money to retain a lawyer, but is it okay to pay you or one of your assistants to just give me a second opinion on my paperwork after I do them?
Well, that's going to be difficult because you're asking us to review an entire application, and it's hard to do that on a consultation. And I understand you don't have a lot of money. There are free services out there for abused spouses of U.S. residents and citizens. You can Google them and see if you can find, perhaps before you file anything on your own, at least try to get the services of a reduced fee or free attorney.
Okay, but I would with text messages of arguments back and forth, me asking him to stop abusing me emotionally, stop making me cry and headaches, doctor bills and stuff.
Everything adds up. Yes.
Thank you so much, Brad. Have a great day.
Okay,
Thank
good
you.
luck. I'm sorry you went through all of this, but good luck.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Let's go to Abdul in Brooklyn. Abdul.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hello, Brad. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Yeah. I have a question.
Yes.
Like right now I'm in the U.S. As a J1 student. Then I switch it to F1. Then I switch it to asylum. But my asylum case is pending. But this year, I find out that I've been selected for the DV Lottery 2022.
Congratulations.
My question is if it is possible to adjust my status through the DV Lottery.
Yes, it is, because there's never been a day you've been out of status, as far as I can figure out, based on what you told me.
Sorry?
Yes, because there has never been a day, based on what you told me, that you've been out of status.
Oh, okay.
So you would be able to adjust. Hold on. The answer is yes. Y-E-S.
Okay.
Hold on. Rich in Bridgeport.
Hi, Uncle Brad.
Hi, Rich. How are you?
Yeah, I have a question because I want to go forward with doing my citizenship.
Uh-huh.
So my question is, I have an arrest, and then I have 3 offensive motor vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is those 3 motor vehicle considered an arrest?
I don't know what the motor vehicle was. Was it?
Is driving without minimum insurance?
Were you taken out of the car and brought down to the police station? Or just
no, I never go to a police station. I just get a ticket and then go to court.
Okay, ticket is not an arrest.
And then when I was doing, because I have a 2-year condition and a green card before, and then when I was doing the application for the permanent resident, my lawyer didn't include those tickets. So,
but it's not an arrest, so it's fine.
So it's not an arrest?
It's not an arrest. It's a driving infraction based on what you're telling me.
Okay, but I have to dispose of the court where they deny, they throw them out.
Then just submit it for your citizenship. It's not going to be a big deal.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
All right. Let's go to Mohammed in Chicago.
Hi, Brad.
Hi,
this is Mohammed speaking.
How are you?
I'm good.
I have two questions.
Yes.
My first question is, I got my permanent 10-year green card through my parents who were US citizens on April 18th, 2017. So how early I could apply for citizenship?
January 20th, 2022. 90 days before your 5-year anniversary. So your 5-year anniversary would be April 17th, 2022. January to February, February to March. Yeah, around January 20th, 2022.
January 20th, 2022.
Correct.
And my second question is, how long is the processing time for citizenship in Chicago?
I don't know off the top of my head, but generally you got to figure about 8 to 12 months depending on where you are in the United States.
Okay, thank you very much, Brad.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Good luck. Thank you.
Let's go to Helen in St. Paul, Minnesota. Hi, Helen. Helen in St. Paul, Minnesota. Helen?
Hello.
Hi, how are you, Helen?
Hey, yeah. I have a question for my green card.
Yes.
I've been here for 10 years, but my green card will expire on 2021 March.
Yes.
So I have to renew it at least this year in September.
Yes.
So my daughter is going to be 15 years old in August, 1 month before our application. So I'm just trying to see, did she able to apply with me in the same application or a separate application?
Separate application for her renewal of her green card.
Separate?
Separate.
Oh, so I have to pay 2 application fee?
Correct.
What?
You know it's cheaper?
Huh?
You know it's cheaper?
I can't hear you, sorry.
I said, do you know what's cheaper?
Was she born?
I didn't say where she was born. I said, do you know what's cheaper to do?
Okay.
You don't hear me. All right, just listen. What's cheaper to do is file your one application for citizenship now, which is $725 instead of $545 for renewal of a green card for 2 green cards. You file one citizen naturalization. If your daughter has a lawful residence and residing with you, she would automatically become a citizen as well. That's cheaper. And you're a citizen, and your daughter's a citizen. And you don't have to ever renew green cards ever again. Let's go to Anna in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Anna. Anna? Anna?
Yes. Hi, Brad.
Hi, Anna. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. What can I do to help you today?
I have a very wacky question or situation.
Wacky?
So I'm a green card holder, and I'm petitioning my husband. Now, the situation comes to he presented a fake or falsified marriage certificate to our Secretary of State, like our DMV, to get his license. Because at that time when he was trying to get a license here,
Let me ask you a question. What he submitted? What did he submit to get a license?
it was a fake marriage certificate.
A fake marriage certificate to who?
To the Secretary of State, like the DMV here in our state, to get a license.
Why would he submit a fake marriage certificate? That doesn't make sense to me. How does that
Because
qualify him for a driver's license?
Because at that time, undocumented immigrants did not qualify
No, I
to
understand
get
that.
a
But
license.
I understand that. But how does a marriage certificate qualify him?
That's one of the options that the.
Did he make a claim that he was a U.S. citizen?
No.
Did he make a claim
They
that he
gave
was a
him a
permanent
list.
resident?
No. They gave him a list of options that would help him qualify
There's
for it.
more to this story. You just don't show up with a fake marriage certificate and now you qualify for a driver's license that you otherwise didn't qualify for. There's more
But when
to
he
it.
showed up there in person, they told him that he would be able to get a license if he had one of those documents, and that's what he presented. So eventually he did get a license.
I understand that, but Okay, so the question is what? He obviously committed document fraud. So you're admitting to a crime on our show right now that your husband did. It's a crime. I think it's more complicated than just a marriage certificate. So me personally, I would have a privileged conversation about this, not an over-the-air, non-privileged conversation.
Okay.
All right, hold on. Let's go to Eugene in Bowie, Maryland.
Okay.
Hi, Eugene.
Hello? Yeah, I got you.
Eugene, I got you in Bowie, Maryland. What's going on? Eugene.
Hello?
Eugene.
Yeah, this is Eugene. Yeah, this is Eugene. Hello,
Yeah.
sir?
Yeah, hi. By the way, Eugene, hold on one second. Bridget Mullings, I understand a marriage certificate helps make up points, but you still have to verify that you're a resident or a citizen most of the time to get a license. You just can't just show up and say, I'm out of status, but here's my points. So that's my concern. Eugene in Bowie, Maryland, what's going on?
Okay. Hi, sir.
Yes.
Okay. I have two problems, sir.
What's the problem?
Yeah. The first question is, after, let's say I'm about to get my asylum. So after, let's say if I'm an asylee, and at some point while I was working in the United States, my employment authorization got expired. So I worked without authorization for like 2 months. Will I be eligible to adjust my status as an asylee?
Yes.
Or can I get a waiver?
You don't need a waiver. You can just adjust.
With the 2 months unauthorized?
Correct.
Okay. So the second one, sir, is the second question is, can I adjust my status under, without, I'm on removal proceedings. I came to United States through the southern border, applied for admission, and I was paroled into United States. Can I adjust my status after getting married to a U.S. Green card holder?
It depends if you were paroled into the United States or you had entered and then applied for asylum. So it depends on how you entered and how they have you listed as an entry.
Let's say I entered in the United States after being detained. I applied after being.
It's in other words, if you were admitted and then applied for asylum, it's different than if you just showed up at the border and applied for asylum.
Okay, I showed up at the border. I expressed fear.
Right. Okay, so then yes, so that would make you eligible to file for an adjustment married to a U.S. citizen.
Okay. So even that means I just need to, if I get my asylum, even with the unauthorized employment for 2 months, I can apply for green card directly.
Correct.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Let's go to Bimal in Orange County, California.
Hi, Brad.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. What's going on?
So I came on F1 visa on January of 2015.
Right.
And then I went to school till May of 2015. After that, I stopped going to school.
Okay.
And then later I came to know that my savings got expired on September of same year. So after that, my country got TPS designation, and then I applied for TPS.
Where are you
and
from?
Then got approved. Sorry?
Where are you from?
Nepal.
Okay.
And then my TPS got approved. So between my savings expiration and then my TPS application receipt date, there is a 10 days lag. So that means 10 days overstay or something. So while on TPS, I married to a green card holder, and then applied I-130, and then got approved, and then also applied I-485 after that, then I recently...
Yeah, you probably not. They're going to tell you, they're most likely going to, based on what you're telling me, they're going to deny your adjustment.
I'm sorry?
They're going to deny your adjustment, I would think.
Oh, so there's no way of...
Your wife would have to become a citizen. You were out of status for some period of time.
Yeah, maybe for a week or 10 days.
Even if you were out of status for a second.
Okay,
Right,
And then I have another question. So what if it gets
now
denied?
if it gets denied, you fall back to TPS, so don't worry about it. But what has to happen is your wife has to become a citizen, and then it doesn't matter if you fell out of status for those 10 days.
Oh, okay. So I will go back to my TPS
Correct.
again, right? If I do.
Correct.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you.
All right. Let's go to Sage in Kansas. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Hi, how are you?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good, how are you?
Good.
Thank you for your time, actually. And I came to the U.S. in 2016 and I applied for asylum.
Right.
And I was granted in 2018 and got my green card in July 2019.
Okay.
So my question is, I want to marry my girlfriend in December 2021.
Okay.
So she's in Ethiopia. So will that be a problem?
Is that where you got your asylum from? Are you originally from Ethiopia?
Yeah.
Well, you would have to marry her in a third country. Can she make it to a third country?
Oh, so.
Yeah, because if you go back to Ethiopia, there's always the possibility that they say, wait a second, you were scared to go to Ethiopia, you got a green card for asylum, and now 2 years later, a year later, you're applying, going back to Ethiopia to get married, to apply for your girlfriend, future wife. How scared were you to go back to Ethiopia?
So, do I need to wait until I become citizen, which is 2023?
Why can't you meet in a third country?
She wants it there, in Ethiopia.
Can't have it all. Then wait till you're a citizen.
Do I?
Then wait till you're a citizen. You can't have it all.
Oh, okay.
All right. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much.
Let's go to Brian in Boston. Brian.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, Brad. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. Thank you for asking. I've been married before. I married I would say 2 years marriage, and I divorced. And I'm on the third one right now. So, and I'm
wait. You're married and you got divorced. I didn't hear what the next part was.
Yes. So I've been married 2 times before. I haven't filed for green card. So, so I'm on the third marriage right now, and
third marriage.
I want to. Yes.
Okay.
So I wanted to file, and there's a different age between me and my wife. She's older than me by 10 years.
Okay.
So we went to schedule an appointment with a lawyer around here. So he told me my case is difficult, so I should just give it up and divorce. So is that true, or can I still stand a chance to file?
Let me ask you a question. If I told you to jump off a bridge, would you jump off a bridge?
Okay. All right.
That's a question. Would you jump off a bridge because I told you to?
Uh-huh.
That's a question. I'm asking you a question. Would you jump off a bridge if I asked you to jump off a bridge?
No.
You wouldn't. So if you love a woman and somebody says to divorce her, why would you go divorce her?
No, I didn't file for divorce.
Okay, so but it's as stupid as saying go jump off a bridge. Some lawyer says you're in love with a woman. This is the woman you want to spend the rest of your life with. Some lawyer says, hey, you got a difficult case. Go divorce her. Really? I should.
Right.
I mean, if you really love her, you'd be like, F you. I'm not divorcing her.
Right.
And the fact is, you're allowed to marry somebody 10 years older. There's no law that says you can't.
True.
So if it's a real marriage, if it's a real marriage and you married her for love, I would give the lawyer the finger. How dare you tell me to divorce somebody I love? How insulting!
Right. Yeah. Well, that's what we get in in this country when still.
It's like saying go jump off a bridge, go rob a bank. If I told you to rob a bank, you'd do that too? No. So why would you divorce a woman you love? You love her, you marry her, you prove it's a real marriage. Period.
Right.
You don't love her, it's a business marriage. You shouldn't have bothered marrying her in the first place. It's against the law.
Right. So the question is, do you handle cases that are out of state?
Yes.
Since you are based in New York.
Yes, we handle cases in every state, all 50. Hold on.
Oh, okay. All right.
Let's go to Trudy in Brooklyn. Trudy.
Hi.
How you doing?
I got approved for my, not approved, I have the VAWA case. I got the prima facie.
Right.
And I want to know if I apply for like government assistance, will it affect my citizenship in the future?
No.
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 How long would my work permit take to be approved?
Well, did you file an adjustment application?
I did.
You paid $1,225?
Oh, no, I only got the prima facie letter.
Did you pay $1,225 to the U.S. government?
No, I didn't pay that yet.
Then you did not file an adjustment application. And
so I have
therefore,
to wait on them? Mm-hmm, I'm sorry.
No, and therefore you're not getting a work permit. File an adjustment application, you'll get a work permit. If not, you're going to wait 3 years for your work permit through a VAWA. So you file a VAWA with an adjustment, you pay $1,225 for the adjustment, and then you get a work permit, which is why I asked if you paid the filing fee. Because I ask questions all the time. You file an adjustment? Yeah. And I give a cold question. It turns out you never filed an adjustment. I know you. If you paid $1,225, you filed an adjustment. If you didn't, then you didn't. So pay $1,225, file an I-45 with an I-765. You'll get a work permit.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's go to Lisette in Miami, Florida.
Hello, Brad.
How are you?
You can hear me?
Yes.
Good. I can hear you well. Thank you for answer. I had a VAWA case in November.
Yes.
I had a green card. I filed application with my 3 boys. They were under 21. But now one of those is 22, and the other will be 21 in June. But they give me the letter with my 3 kids, like derivative kids. But for some reason, I don't
understand what you mean by the letter, and who's filed the adjustment for you.
I did by myself, like the VAWA case.
You did a VAWA case. Okay. Did you file?
Yes.
You filed the I-360 when?
That was in 2019, and I got the green card in November.
Okay. When did you file for the children?
At the same time, in I think it was February in 2019.
Okay.
The point was,
and what happened with their cases?
I received one of those letters of my son, like they asked me for evidence for my kids, for the baby, like 7 years old.
Evidence
for the
for
other
what?
Kids, like for, I talked to you before, for, when they going to approve you, they send you some letter, like they need more evidence that they
What
live
was
in
the
my
evidence
house.
what was the problem with the 7-year-old kid's case?
Oh, if they live with me in my husband's
Okay,
house,
fine. Okay.
And they should send me my 2 boys as well. The point was, I didn't receive the letter, and they say they sent the letter to my address, but I didn't receive it. So I put the address to my cousin. So I didn't receive. So now they send a letter that they said they denied the case for my 2 boys because I abandoned the case, and I did not. So I sent them appeal for the 2 cases, and they say I don't feel, I don't say what the 3. They have a 3
Lisette,
options.
this sounds like a freaking disaster right now for your children. So what you have to do now is you're gonna file you're gonna file an I-130 for them now because they're over 21 years old, but they get to keep the priority date of the VAWA case in 2019, but they go into the F2B category at this point, so they're gonna wait several years for green cards now because they're over 21. Hold on, you need help, all right? Let's go to George in New Orleans. George.
Hello?
Hi, George.
How you doing, Brad?
Good, what's going on?
Yeah, I got a quick question.
Yes.
Look, I have I applied for VAWA over 2 years ago, and I was I never leave my wife, and for some reason she called the police, on me, and then I got arrested for domestic violence charge. Anyway, I got a felony of
You filed
that
a
case.
you filed a VAWA, but you have a felony for domestic
Yeah,
violence.
I filed VAWA like 2 years ago.
You have
And,
what you're telling me is you filed that your wife was abusing you,
Yeah,
but you
yeah.
got arrested and have a felony for domestic violence.
Yeah, like
That's
3
what-
months ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was this against
Yeah.
your wife or against somebody else? Who was the alleged victim?
No, against my wife. The same
Did your
one,
wife ever get arrested for doing anything
yeah.
to you?
That's why I applied for VAWA because.
What did she get arrested for?
Yeah.
What?
So,
What did she get arrested for?
She got arrested for aggravated battery.
So
And,
then after all of this, you filed VAWA, and then how did you get back with your wife again, and then get arrested yourself?
Yeah, sometimes I got 3 kids with her, so it was kind of hard just to, when you got that reason, kind of.
Well,
it's
it's
kinda
all
hard
right.
to-
Well, you guys should stay away from each other. Number one. All right. Number two, if you have a conviction for domestic violence, you're going to need a waiver. Now, you may have a conviction for domestic violence and still be able to prove that you're an abused spouse from a prior incident, but you're going to need a waiver now because you're barred from getting a green card.
The thing is, Brad, that my first hearing, it was like 2 weeks ago, but that I don't know, for some reason the DA officer had no. I would think they had no too much evidence because it was just. I've been accused for strangulation.
So let me ask you a question. What is your question today for me?
Oh yeah, my question is that you think that they can deny me my VAWA case
I just told you if you're found guilty of a domestic violence, you will be denied, and you will need a waiver based on hardship to yourself that you would suffer a hardship if you were not granted a green card.
Okay, but this is my question. My other question. Look, my criminal case is still pending. So what my criminal lawyer said that after I shot a video when she was bothering me again, or the prosecutor, the DA officer, he told my criminal lawyer that they gonna reduce my charge, or even they gonna drop the charges.
That's not a question. That's a statement. I have no idea. Okay, I'm not part of the case. I don't know anything about what happened. All I can tell you is if you're found guilty of a domestic violence, even as a misdemeanor, you're going to be denied your green card and you would need to file a waiver. Before you plead guilty to anything, call me back. Once you know what's going to happen.
Even if I plead guilty on misdemeanor?
Correct. A crime of domestic violence is inadmissible.
But
you're being charged. It doesn't matter if you have a clean record. You should have strangled a woman. Okay. That's very serious.
But it's something that I never did. I mean,
it doesn't matter. You don't get one chance and like, oh, I never did it before. It won't happen again. There's no such thing. Keep your hands off of people. Period. And if you're found guilty of putting your hands on somebody, especially in a domestic situation, you're inadmissible, and then you need a waiver.
Okay, but like I say, I mean, I never touched her. Then
the facts will prove that you never touched her, and the case will be dismissed. Then you're okay.
Okay, but I mean, if it okay, that was my question. Okay. But my VAWA case, it can be denied too.
It could be denied for bad moral character. It could be denied for domestic violence. It could be denied for many things. Getting arrested for domestic violence, even if it's dismissed, goes against your moral character.
Okay, but I mean, I talk about my VAWA case.
I'm talking about your VAWA.
I might miss it.
Magic 8 Ball, please give me some patience for George. Should I? Okay. Please give me some patience for George. George wants to know if his case is going to be dismissed. And I already told, if his VAWA case will be denied. I said, well, getting arrested for domestic violence is bad moral character. And if he's actually found guilty of domestic violence, he's inadmissible to the United States. George, George, just...
Yeah.
So what's going to happen with George's case, Magic 8 Ball? Will he get his green card? And the Magic 8 Ball says yes. My Magic 8 Ball is usually right. Yes, you're going to get a green card. That's my answer. Let's go to Bola in New York. Bola, how are you?
Hello, Brad.
What's going on? What can I do to help you?
Yeah, good afternoon. Please, I have a question.
Yes.
Yeah, the question is, I filed in VAWA in December 1, and this month I got my EAD, the work authorization with parole on it. Hello?
Yes, I'm listening. VAWA, advanced parole. Got it.
Yeah. So, and I'm planning to travel.
Yes.
I want to know, can I travel between now and July, since I got the parole newly? Is it not too early?
No. The day you get advanced parole, you can travel. Enjoy your trip. Just don't stay out of the United States for more than 4 weeks. That's what I tell everybody.
Okay. But I'm not yet through with my Social Security.
It doesn't matter. You have advanced parole. The United States is giving you permission to travel. Don't stay out of the U.S. for more than 4 weeks.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you very
Enjoy
much,
your
Mr.
trip.
Brown.
You're very welcome.
Thank you, Mr.
Enjoy
Brown.
your trip. Okay. By the way, if you didn't get your immigration questions answered and you'd like to text me personally, the best way to do it is follow me on Instagram at RealBradBernstein. If you follow me on Instagram at RealBradBernstein, you are actually going to talk to me if you drop me a DM. And I do answer my DMs. It sometimes takes me a few days. I will answer. I'll either tell you yes, no, maybe. I'll try to answer your question, or I'll tell you need a consultation. But you can certainly drop me a DM on at RealBradBernstein on Instagram. You can also follow us at Brad Show Live. If you follow us at Brad Show Live, as I say every day, it's a 2-hour show. It's very long. Sometimes people can't handle 2 hours of Brad and Yo-Yo and Vanessa. I sometimes can't handle 2 hours of myself, let alone somebody else has to watch me for 2 hours. So if you can't, watch Brad Show Live on Instagram, 30 seconds. You get the best of all of Brad Show Live, and you're done with us in 30 seconds. Follow us on Instagram at Brad Show Live. You can also follow us on TikTok for all of our speed rounds and lots of social media questions. People love TikTok. It's our fastest growing social media platform, TikTok. Follow us at Brad Show Live on TikTok. Yo-Yo and Vanessa.
Absolutely. My name is Jonathan Elias. So you already know you could follow me at Jonathan Elias TV on Instagram.
And you guys can find me at Vanessa.Contreras TV.
And later in the show, it's Crew 4, Squad 3, Starr-Girl Meka representing the squad, Lee Manor representing the crew in a game of Origin 8. We'll find out where some of our favorite foods come from and who will take the lead in squad versus crew.
And in today's attorney close-up, Starr and Bernstein partner and immigration attorney Shannon Legrier-Mengret tells us what people should keep in mind regarding public charge.
I think it's really important. I have a lot of clients who come in and they're asking what benefits can they go on. A lot of times they are concerned about U.S. citizen-born children. So I always tell them U.S. citizen-born children can go on certain public benefits, on almost all public benefits, because they are U.S. citizen children. If you are a pregnant woman, even if you're an immigrant, they want you to get care. So they're allowing you to go in because they understand that you are pregnant with a child who will probably be born in the US, and it's better that you get prenatal care. So some people have to keep that in mind, but I always think when people have questions, go to an attorney and ask those questions. This is going to benefit my family and I, but is it going to hurt me in the future if I apply for a green card? Or if you have a pending application, what can you do? Always important to do that, because sometimes the attorneys have to look to make a determination on whether it's going to help you. I've had people who needed emergency care and are going to an ER, and they later come back and are afraid. And I'm like, it's okay. It's an emergency care. As long as you're going in and they understand that this was an urgent need, you will not be penalized for that.
All right, let's check out our questions and social media check-in. What do you got, Yo-Yo and Vanessa?
Absolutely. First one comes from Tin Nguyen, and he is a Brad Squad VIP member. In order for you guys to become a Brad Squad VIP member, it's super easy. Go to Facebook, go to the search engine, type in Brad Squad, and you can join. All you have to do is click the little join button, and we will accept it. Then you could throw your questions in anytime throughout the day, and we will take the first 5 questions that we get for that day and put those in before any of the social media check-in questions. So now our first one, like I said, is Tim Lewin saying, what will happen at my master calendar hearing? I have an approved I-130. Will the judge cancel my removal proceedings and send the case back to USCIS or schedule an individual hearing?
You're going to schedule an individual hearing to adjust your status before the judge.
Bint Usman, another Brad Squad VIP member. What do I need to include when filing an I-212 waiver?
Proof that there would be a hardship to you and your family if you were found inadmissible, or you were not able to travel back to the United States, or you were getting deported if you're in a removal hearing and your conviction happened before February 1997.
Okay, Nikita Marcy on she's a Brad Squad VIP member. I have not received a welcome letter from the National Visa Center yet. Is this normal? My priority date is February 2016 for an F1, unmarried children. How long is our waiting time to receive the welcome letter?
You're talking about? Are you talking about a letter to go in for your interview at the consulate? If that's the case, it's taking a long time because of COVID. Unfortunately, they're really backed up.
Betty Brown, another Brad Squad VIP member. I'm in the USA right now with my fiance, and we plan on getting married soon. When my fiance files for his green card, can he apply for my kids at the same time? My kids are currently living in Jamaica.
As long as the marriage happens under the age of 18, yes.
Okay, Fatu, a VIP Brad Squad member. My friend is on removal proceedings, but her case is taking a very long time. She's 65 and in poor health. Her next hearing is in 3 years. She wants to leave the U.S. to go to another country. Should she ask the judge to close her case before she leaves?
Yes, but it's not going to make a difference. She's just going to, if she leaves, she self-deports. What she should do is ask the judge for a recalendared hearing much quicker and show she has a medical condition that would require her to get her green card or process this case faster.
Sister T-Tray on YouTube, my BIA has been changed to educated. What does this mean?
Your BIA, Board of Immigration Appeals,
has been changed.
Well, BIA is the Board of Immigration Appeals, where you do an appeal. So adjudicated means, I guess, they came up with a decision. I'm not sure what you're reading or what the question is, but adjudicated means that they made a decision. And I'm not saying I'm not sure what you're reading, Vanessa. I'm not sure what this woman or man is reading that she says adjudicated and why she says the BIA, because it's not my BIA. The BIA is the Board of Immigration Appeals. It's an appeals court.
Okay, Sade Watson on YouTube. If I overstayed 5 years now, what can I do to fix my situation?
Have a consultation with me.
JC on Facebook. I received an email that I was approved for the J1 waiver. Do I have to wait on the hard copy waiver document before I can go ahead and file for my marriage-based green card?
I would file for the marriage-based green card. I'm sure you will get the hard document very shortly, but in the computer system, you have the waiver.
Okay, Rossi Joy on Facebook. If my child was born in the U.S. but traveled to Jamaica as a baby and he's now 5 years old, can he travel with anyone apart from his mother or father?
Yeah, as long as you give permission for that person to travel with him, it shouldn't be a problem. They just want to make sure someone's not stealing babies.
Anika Rowe on YouTube. I filed for my VAWA in March of 2020. I am married to an LPR, got my prima facie, and did my biometrics. I'm still waiting on my EAD. What could be causing the delay?
You didn't file an adjustment.
Tremaine M. Ramdeen on Facebook. I filed an I-130 for my mom who is in Jamaica and got a letter stating that they received my application on April 12, 2021. I received the approval letter on April 27, 2021, and the letter said I'll have to do biometrics if needed. Now, how long do I have to wait until I get the answer to know if I'm going to need to do the biometrics or not?
He's the petitioner.
And my priority date is April.
Who's the petitioner? This person? Why would he need to do biometrics?
It says how long before my mom is able to come to the U.S.
The petitioner, Jermaine, you don't need to do biometrics unless you have been convicted of some sort of sexual abuse case of a minor. So if you feel that you have some incident with sexual abuse of a minor, yes, you're going to have to do fingerprints because you're going to need an Adam Walsh waiver. Outside of that, you're not doing fingerprints. Don't worry about it.
Okay, David Agbu on YouTube. Can someone who came into the United States in 2016 when he was 12 years old, who is now 17 plus qualified for DACA, and what else can he qualify for?
I don't know. He would need a consultation.
Amy Latourette on YouTube. Are you familiar with the American Families United Act that was just introduced into Congress on April 30th?
I'm familiar with, there's lots of, what I'm familiar is this. I'm familiar that there has been, no kidding, thousands of acts and legislations introduced into Congress that have not passed for the last 25 years. That's what I know. So I don't bother reading every last one because my history as a lawyer is they don't pass. When it passes, I will be the first one to celebrate. I will be the first one to read it, digest it, and tell you exactly how it's going to help you. Until then, stay calm. Let's see what happens.
Oluwo Okay on YouTube. When do you think an I-130 application could be approved if the priority date is March 16th, 2020? It's a marriage-based application filed from Dallas. Also, do you have any idea of an interview date for such?
Well, if it's an adjustment that's been pending more than a year, hopefully it should be very shortly. It shouldn't take more than a year to do an adjustment.
Papis D on YouTube. Is it normal to receive an interview for an AOS after 2 years and 8 months of marriage?
Sometimes, yeah, it takes sometimes that long, but it shouldn't.
Rolls Royce on YouTube. I'm out of the country on a voluntary departure and I married a U.S. citizen. I got an approved I-130 and then an approved DS-260. What is my next step?
File a 212 waiver to return after a prior order of deportation. Unless you left within that voluntary departure period, you don't actually need that waiver. I don't know if you were out of status for any period of time. I don't know if you have some sort of underlying criminal record. So we would need to know a lot more to determine whether or not you need a waiver. I take back the 212 first, because if you left within that voluntary departure period, you don't need that type of waiver.
Ahmed on YouTube. I had my naturalization interview in Los Angeles 70 days ago, which went well, but the officers didn't receive my file yet. I've had no updates so far. What should I do?
Wait 120 days and then call me.
Ashan Khan on YouTube. Will a DV arrest before I got my 10-year green card affect my N-400? We are together and went together for the green card interview as well. Taxes, everything fine.
As long as immigration knew about the DV arrest and you got your green card, you're fine on your citizenship.
Reda El Hashimi on YouTube. What is a reason to deny my entry into the U.S. if I have my travel documents? I'm afraid to use it.
you're somehow inadmissible. You committed fraud. You have a criminal record. You have 100 reasons why you would be denied. But if you have, quote unquote, no skeletons in your closet, and you know if you have a problem or not, no skeletons, you'll come back. Almost everybody on advanced parole returns.
Avis Doyley on YouTube, what happens when you are denied because of misrepresentation?
You have to file a waiver based on extreme and unusual hardship to your spouse or your parent.
Mohammed Monirul Islam on YouTube. How can I request USCIS to grant my EAD soon under the U visa?
Show some humanitarian reasons after it's pending more than 180 days.
Ruki Hussein on Facebook, I am F3 with priority date 2007 and DQ. I was waiting for my interview, but sadly my dad passed away. I am not living in the US. Is it okay that I change my petitioner, or do I have to go through humanitarian reinstatement?
You have to go through humanitarian reinstatement.
Caitlin Eden on Facebook. I got married to my husband in 2018. I got a conditional green card after I adjusted my status in 2021. I applied to remove the condition, and they sent me an extension of 18 months. Can I apply for citizenship?
At the end of the 3-year mark of your conditional resident card, if you're in a bona fide marriage with your spouse, you can file for your citizenship. 2 more. I don't hear you, Vanessa.
To be or not to be on YouTube, if I remarry my husband after getting my green card, would it pose an issue when I am ready to naturalize?
Well, it sounds like you got your green card through a different marriage. Yeah, they're going to think perhaps that you committed marriage fraud. I would speak to a immigration lawyer first.
And last one, Andrea Festi on Facebook. If I married a U.S. citizen and got my 2-year green card, and after that he filed for divorce, what can I do?
File to it's who got the 2-year green card?
Andrea, married to a U.S. citizen and got her 2-year green card, and then after that he filed for divorce.
You file on your own. You don't need the bum anyway, and just prove it was a real marriage, and here's the divorce, and you file it by yourself. And maybe he's not a bum, but I called him a bum.
Right.
I don't know. All right. So today we have a new squad versus crew matchup between squad member Starr-Girl Meka and crew member Lee Manor in a game of Originate. Where do some of our favorite foods come from? Right now the score is squad 3, crew 4 with 1 tie. Let's see how Starr-Girl and Lee did, and how are you guys going to do? Let's play along. Let's watch.
All right, hey Brad Squad, it is Jonathan Elliott here, and it is time for a special game of Squaddy versus Crew. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so today, as you guys can see, we have a match between Bradshaw Live top fan Tamika Hewitt, known as Starr-Girl Meka. Woo! What's up?
Nothing much here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Oh.
It is hot outside.
I'm sure.
I love it here.
Listen, it's hot. My eyes are seeing something hot as well. But
yes, honey.
Yeah.
Yes, the queen came out.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Everybody, please shout you out for team member Lee Manor. What's up?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Thanks for having me.
You're finally showing your face to the Brad Squad, huh?
Yeah, it's like my first time on the show.
Uh-oh. I think the videos are going to be popping.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, everybody. So now it's going to be a head-to-head competition between Meka and Manor. So what does that mean? It means it is Battle of the M's.
Versus.
Today we're going to be testing our knowledge on where in the world some of our favorite foods originate from a game we're calling Origin 8. All right, so now you both are going to write down your answers. I'm going to count to 3, and then you will hold up your papers to show our guests what you have guessed, okay? Now, of course, everybody watching, I want you guys all to play, and our team members have not seen any of the questions, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so good luck to you both. Y'all ready?
Yes.
Let's do it. All right, first food, avocados. Now, is it from A, North America, Canada and the US, or B, Southeast Asia, C, Middle East, or D, Mexico? Avocados. All right, we ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3, go. Ding, ding, ding. Okay, we starting off good. Yes. Aguacate. I don't know if y'all know that. I know that because I lived in the Heights, so I know about the aguacates. All right, so
I love avocado. I love avocado.
Yeah, so yes, you guys are both right. Mexico, researchers believe Puebla, located in south central Mexico, to be the motherland of the avocados, okay? So the oldest discovery of an avocado pit comes from that area and dates from around 9,000 to 10,000 years ago. And a fun fact is, in the summer of 2017, more than 3 million photos of avocado toast were uploaded to Instagram every day, according to British Vogue. Question number 2, bananas. Where do bananas originate from? Is it A, Southeast Asia, B, South Africa, C, Russia, or D, North America? All right, are we ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Ding, 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 Lee in the lead. It is A, Southeast Asia. How did you know that?
I remember like watching war movies about Vietnam, and there was a lot of bananas.
That makes sense.
You know?
That makes sense. Okay. Like Lee said, A is the correct answer. Southeast Asia. Bananas originate in the Malay archipelago in Southeast Asia. Today, they're grown in tropical regions across the globe, from South and Central America to India, China, and Africa. All right, fun fact. The banana is actually classified as a berry. Didn't know that. Bananas develop from a flower with one single ovary, have a soft and sweet middle, and contain one or more seeds. Therefore, they fulfill the requirements of a botanical berries. Wow, definitely didn't know that. Now, number 3, apples. Do apples come from A, Italy, B, Kazakhstan, C, Madagascar, or D, Russia? Okay, we ready? 1, 2, 3. You both are wrong. You both are wrong. It is B, Kazakhstan. All right, so let me give you some background. Malus sieversi is a wild apple native to Central Asia, specifically to the Tian Shan Mountains of Kazakhstan, where they've been growing over millions of years and where they can still be found fruiting today. Now, a fun fact, in colonial times in the US, apples were called winter banana or melt in the mouth. All right, let's go into number 4, oranges. Is it A, United States, B, United Kingdom, C, China, D, Africa? All right. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding! Lee for another one. What? Starr-Girl Meka. Oranges originate in Asia in what is now called Southeast China and have been cultivated for at least 7,000 years in India and in China now. A fun fact, oranges are hardy. With a high resistance to disease, more oranges are killed by lightning than by plant disease. Now, number 5. Now, y'all know I like this one. Watermelon. Okay, are watermelons from A, United States, B, Portugal, C, Africa, or D, Brazil? All right, we ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. I love the little giggles. Ding, 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 Lee! Oh my gosh, she is going in. See, Africa.
I'm sorry, that was just a wild guess.
It was a good guess. Dang. Now, the origins of watermelon have been traced back to the deserts of southern Africa, where it still grows wild today. The ancestor of the modern watermelon is a tough, drought drought-tolerant plant prized for its ability to store water for tribes crossing the Kalahari Desert. Okay, so now, a fun fact. Many consider watermelons to be both a fruit and a vegetable. Though they do grow like fruit, watermelon is classified as part of the family of gourds that includes other vegetables like cucumber, squash, and pumpkin. All right, 6, pumpkin. Where do pumpkins come from? Is it A, Ireland, B, United States, C, Mexico, D, Peru? All right, 1, 2, 3. Oh, both wrong. Pumpkins come from C, Mexico. The oldest pumpkin seed found dates back as far as 7,000 BC, according to archaeologists who found it while excavating a tomb in central Mexico. All right, our fun fact is pumpkins grow in every continent of the world except for Antarctica, and pumpkins are 90% water. Definitely didn't know that either. Pumpkin pie or sweet potato pie?
Sweet potato pie. Sweet potato.
All right, so now, speaking of potatoes, potato. Now, where was potato originated from? A, Peru, B, Ireland, C, Russia, or D, France? All right. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding! Squatty, there you go. Yes, Starr-Girl Meka got it. Yeah. Now, wild potato species originating in modern-day Peru can now be found throughout the Americas, from Canada to southern Chile. And fun fact, the average American eats about 124 pounds of potatoes per year, according to the Idaho Potato Museum. All right, number 8. We have 2 more, guys. 2 more. Number 8. Tomato. Is it A, France, Germany, and Poland? Is it B, Spain, France, Italy, and Ukraine? Is it C, Bolivia, Chile, Colombia, Ecuador, and Peru? Or is it D, Kazakhstan, Afghanistan, Pakistan, and China? All right, 1, 2, 3. You guys are both wrong. Oh, so close. It is C. Bolivia, Chile, Colombia, Ecuador, and Peru. Now, today's tomatoes began as wild plants in the Andes. All right, now a fun fact. I knew this, okay? Now, a tomato is a fruit. The confusion arose after the 1890s when the U.S. Supreme Court named them a vegetable for taxation purposes. Did y'all know that tomato was a fruit?
Yeah.
Lee?
I heard about it, man.
All right, y'all. So now it is still 4-2. Now this is the last question. Y'all know what I like to do. I like to make this double or nothing. Okay. So this last question is worth 2 points.
Is it easy?
Now, yes. If Lee gets this wrong, Starr-Girl Meka, and you get it right, you guys will tie and come back. All right. You guys are coming back regardless because I love y'all. So, but Lee, if you get this right, you automatically win, okay? So this is a tough one. I'm nervous, but I'm excited. Now, onions. Woo-wee! Is it from A, Australia, B, Greenland, C, South Africa, or D, Central Asia? I'm nervous. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3.
We both gonna get it wrong.
You both got it wrong. It is D.
Oh my god, that was my.
That was your F. It was
Changed
D.
to A.
Central
I didn't
Asia.
change to D. I changed to A.
You changed it from A?
To A. Yeah, from A.
Okay,
No,
okay. Well, you were close. You were close. But close doesn't get you the win. Now, fun fact. definitely didn't know this one, but it's super interesting. The onion was worshipped by ancient Egyptians. Now, they believed that its spherical shape and concentric rings symbolized eternity. And they used to cover the tombs of their rulers with images of onions, and onions played a vital role in burial rituals. All right. Oh, we have ended with the squaddy not really winning, but also leaving fine as hell. So it's okay. A crew member wins. Wow. We're going to get you guys to come back, right? Y'all going to come back?
Yes.
Yes. Listen, don't be
coming for revenge, Lee.
All right, y'all. Thank you guys so much for playing along. And I'm going to check in the comments and make sure y'all was actually playing too. All right? Back to the show.
All right, so unfortunately, Starr-Girl lost. It is now Squad 3, Crew 5. But according to Yo-Yo, Starr-Girl still got her looks. Now, you need to redeem yourselves, Squad. All right, where our crew is pulling ahead. And by the way, poor Lee, nobody's rooting for poor Lee in the comments. All the squaddies are rooting for another squaddie. So DM us. By the way,
that was so awesome.
Yeah, by the way, DM us now, guys, if you are part of the squad. And you could even challenge one of the crew members to a game of crew versus squad. Yo-Yo or Vanessa will be the MC. And see if the squad can come back. In the meantime, gonna answer. It's Wacky Thursday, so almost anything could happen today. See what happens in 50 seconds. You ready?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
If you get a work permit, can you file for your children?
No.
Can I apply for an I-10 if I am a resident immigrant?
You don't need it. You have a social.
Can a Canadian who overstayed in the U.S. have a SS number?
No.
How long does USCIS take to respond to a RFE?
It's supposed to be 120 days, but who knows?
Can I file for naturalization while waiting for green card approval?
Yes.
What happens if a judge has a jurisdiction over your case?
That means that judge has jurisdiction over your case. They're making the decision.
If my case for asylum has been closed, can I file for TPS?
Yes.
How soon can a permanent resident file for his minor child?
The day he gets his green card or she gets her green card.
Can a U.S. citizen spouse join the U.S. Army while their document is processing?
Yes!
Woo!
What was that? They're giving me the balloons! They're giving me the balloons! That was so close! I couldn't even breathe! I didn't know what was gonna happen! I didn't know if I was getting blown up! I was like, I can't! I was on my breath! But we did it by this! Oh my God! I told you it was Wacky Thursday and almost anything wacky could happen! That's as wacky as you can get! I can't even dance, I'm still breathing! I'm just like, thank God I'm breathing! Oh my God! We need to play that back!
No.
We need a replay!
No, listen. They watching it on TikTok because we throwing that on TikTok. So if you want to watch that again, go to TikTok.
There you got it. All right, comments of the day. Comments of the day. What do we got?
All right, y'all. Our first comment of the day comes from Getaway Cat saying, if I could give you 100 likes and 100 thumbs up, I would, because you guys deserve all the credit. A lot of things are happening in the world, and yet you're here giving free braducations. Respect and salute to you all.
Oh, thank you very much.
I feel that. Okay, our next one. From Yulin King saying, hi Brad, Yo-Yo, Vanessa, squad up. Always a pleasure. It's so good to come home on evenings and listen to you guys. You are all truly awesome. Thank you for giving immigrants hope. We really appreciate you.
Aw, very nice. Thank you. Two very nice comments so far.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, our third one comes from Danelle Toussaint saying, my favorite show ever. I've a lot of new people who came from Haiti watching the show because they heard the TPS news on Uncle Brad show live.
Oh,
that's dope.
Yes.
Steve Murray, I said that too. A lot of people are going to know this show.
That's right.
Okay, and our last comment of the day. Zenny Dabu saying, "Hi Brad, thanks for your response on Instagram. Appreciate it. Watching from the Philippines."
Oh, very nice. Thank you. See, there it is. I do respond on Instagram, right? I do. Do you respond on your Instagram? Fact. Vanessa, you respond on your Instagram?
I sure do.
Fact,
I get
right?
messages here sometimes too. It's a fact.
And Yo-Yo, you respond on your Instagram? Fact?
Absolutely.
Well,
fact.
It's also a fact I respond on my Instagram.
Yes.
All right, tomorrow is Pop-Up Friday. It's Friday. That means you got to subscribe on YouTube or follow and like us on Facebook, right? And because that's the only way you're going to get notification when we pop up. Other than that, you don't just have to take a guess when we're going to be on tomorrow. Who knows when we'll be on? But it is Friday. It's Pop-Up Friday. We'll see you tomorrow. So, Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but you know, Brad, I have to do everything around here. It's bad enough I've got to remember everything that happened on the episode from the previous day.
Forget it. I'll do it. The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Starr and Bernstein law firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAW-LINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Starr and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Starr and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAW-LINK. 1-800-529-5465.